What up, though? Can you hear me? Is it working? How does it look? Is everything back in order now? It just don't make no doggone sense, bro. All right. That was yesterday. Today's the day. What up? It's your boy, Mr. Beans, aka Lil Podcast. In the place to be on this Thursday, August the 27th. We are here today so we can talk about a few things, church. Let the church say amen, amen, amen. Can the church say amen? Can we get a round of applause in the house tonight for the Lord? Yeah. Give it up for Brother G. Oh, shit, wrong side. For Brother G. In the place to be around this mug. No, I'm just playing. But for real, though, the way... Okay. So much stuff is phony nowadays that it's hard to tell whether or not people are really living the way they say they living, online particularly, right? But bruh, if this dude, Yada, is doing as well as he supposes to be, I gotta assume that the majority of that came from women. And the question would be why, you know? Because the first time that I was made aware of this guy, it was my thumbnail. That thumbnail is fire, by the way. Let me bring that thumbnail back up. Yeah, that thumbnail is fire, by the way, yo. Look at that. Yeah. You see the girls down there reaching up to him like he's the savior. Oh man, you see when you got that glow, when you got the glow, when you got the glow, when you know that you got the glow. The last dragon glow around them and all of that. You know what I'm talking about? They finally got my picture right. You know what I'm saying? So that thumbnail is fire to me. I'm kind of proud of myself for that one. But the way that I found out about this cat is because he was the first person. I put you like this. As far as I can remember, he was the first Black person that I paid attention to talking about sea moss and minerals and all of those different things, you know, and having all these different things that he's supposed to have been selling. And, you know, he was shooting videos from these big fields and stuff. I'm over here in Indonesia. I'm over here in Haiti. I'm over here in Africa. It's the only place to get these things, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. But when I was looking it up, it was like, okay, it was actually saying that the things that he was talking about had the benefit that he said they had. So whether I purchased it from him or not, it was like, oh, okay. So he's talking about some health stuff. That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward years later, I ain't thought about the dude. And the next thing I know, he doing videos telling men you ain't shit. Women is all that, you know, and all this. And I was like, yo, this is wild, right? I don't think at that time I knew about the word grift. But you know, that's like kind of what I was just assuming. Like, okay, everybody is kind of jumping in these lanes. And that's sad too. Because again, I didn't come to YouTube on some grift. I came to YouTube because Facebook is like, it's all your friends. Unless you the type of person that's go around clicking friend. Like, I ain't gonna pretend like I didn't click friend on a bunch of bad chicks when I first got to Facebook, right? But after a while, it was like, I started talking about who I really am and what was really going on in my life. I ain't want all them niggas I ain't know to, you know what I'm saying, knowing all that about me. So I started deleting people. Like, I don't know this person, I don't know. I got down to like a good little 1,500. And out of that 1,500, I probably say I definitely knew about 1,000. It was probably less than 1,500, actually. It's probably like 12 something, 1,200 and something, 12 and some change, if I remember correctly. Out of that 1,200 or something, it was some sort of connection that with a minimum of about 900 to 1,000. And the rest of them was like on some straight, you know what I'm saying, business shit, connection shit. Because I was doing the music and the promoting and shit. But when I started trying to get into having these conversations, and talking about what life is really like for Black men, and particularly myself as a Black man, I just started realizing, like, it's mostly people I know. They don't want to hear this shit. They don't care. You know, if it's a woman and you posting, now it's a little bit different. Now it's a little bit different, right? Because I do know a couple of people who post, and one of them is fairly attractive, and they don't get no responses. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that chick got AIDS or what, but like, she don't be getting no response. And I'm talking about she pretty fly, right? And then I know another chick, who I used to deal with, and she be posting a lot of depressing ass, I need, can somebody help, life, woe is me ass shit, which don't get a whole lot of responses, but a couple of people, girl's gonna be all right, girl, you know, whatever type shit. So Facebook just ain't the place to have real conversations about real life. It just wasn't. Now, if you doing podcasts, you know, shorts and shit, then that's different. But like, just really sitting up there typing and going live and making video, like, no, it wasn't the spot. You know what I'm saying? And the homie told me to come to YouTube. He's like, bro, you talking to your people. You need to go talk to the world. So that's why I came to YouTube. I ain't know nothing about no money. I didn't even know you could get on YouTube the way that you get on YouTube. I thought it was some process, you know what I'm saying? So once I came, I started doing my thing. It was just about, really, it was therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? And about just trying to have a conversation. Then it was like, oh shit, maybe I can do a podcast. Okay, boom. And so that's what began the journey 5 years ago. So when I see these people who are intentionally, right, jumping onto social media platforms for what they call a grift, right? You doing the thing that you think you need to do. You saying the thing that you think you need to say to appeal to a specific audience for the sake of generating money, right? So that's bad or whatever, you know. But the good thing about it is that we get to judge these niggas. That's the good thing about it. We get to judge these niggas. We get to sit back and laugh at these niggas and make fun of them, right? Like, it is what it is. So by now you've seen it all. I kind of wanted to go into some other stuff before I jumped into it. Just to kind of, like, you know, make it a whole show or whatever. But I mean, why should I do all that work when y'all don't be supporting no way? Yeah.
Mr. Beans. Talk to him, son.
That and support the show, unless you broke.
Hey, yo, Mr. Baines, let me talk to him.
Support the show and make the chat glow with a super chat. On me.
On me. Everybody break bread, break bread, break bread.
So, man, I was watching Angry Man's show yesterday. I gave him a little 3-minute watch. And the new look is okay. He kind of looked like AI or whatever. I don't know if he switched his camera or whatever. But the new look, how he got the things on the screen, everybody doing that now. First person I think I saw actually doing that from our podcast world was the 2K nigga. I think I seen him with like the thing on the screen showing you what they talking about right now and what's going to be talked about next. Same thing ESPN be doing on Partner Interruption and shit. I seen him doing it, and I seen Hamp got the new look, his shit doing it too. And then I seen yesterday Angry Man got his thing going on. I mean, Angry Man been modifying and upgrading for a long time, so I ain't surprised to see him do it again. It's cute or whatever. Fuck all three of y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? I still was trying to figure out how to get a few weeks ago, how to get the chat on screen the same way how they allow you to do it on what's the name on StreamYard. But once I figured that out with OBS, I felt like shit. Okay, y'all ain't saying nothing. Then I get to do my advertisements right here for all of the other shows, which don't be working. Because again, look at this advertisement right here. $20 to sponsor the show. Shit ain't came in yet. Right? All of the links, shit ain't came in yet. So Angry Man, I need you to start doing my shows for me. That's what I need. Maybe if you come over here and do my shows for me, these niggas will support. But that's why I'm not going to extend this show. I'm going to do the show that the show is about, and then I'm going to get out of here. I got a bunch of videos, but I'm saving those so we can start building the Clips channel. The minimum y'all could do if you haven't already is subscribe to the Clips channel. I think the links that's pinned to the chat are pinned from the Clips channel. So I'm going to start doing the pre-records. I'm going to upload them over there, and I'm going to upload them members only over here. So at least if they watch them over there, it'll get us the watch hours that we need over there. And then over here, it'll be for the members, people who choosing to make sure they support. You heard me? Jersey. Bro, I was looking into so much stuff trying to figure out what to do, like get new mics, new computer, new lights, new everything, bro. I was looking at so many different. I got already. It's so much stuff in my car. My card already at like 1,500. You know, so it's so much stuff that I really want to invest in it. But it's the scary part about it is, man, if I spend all this money trying to invest in all this other stuff, and then it don't, turn into nothing. YouTube already on their BS politics, right? So like even with the pre-records, I know I gotta go out of my way to not cuss. Then I gotta take the time to edit them to get the cussing out. You know what I'm saying? And hope that, YouTube will allow for my videos to get into the algorithm the same way they let other people's get in. If I can get to where JB at, I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? He doing 10K a video. I mean, what more can you ask for? Shout out to my main man, Sophisticated Jerk, for coming through with the super chat.
Super chat! Super chat! Oh!
He said, Yada had beans buying African roots from Gary, Indiana. Yeah, nah, I didn't spend no money with the cat. But I ain't gonna lie, bro, listen, this is why I know I'm different. SJ. Because when I see that a brother knows something I don't know, I'm impressed, bro. Like I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I ain't know nothing about no damn CMOS. I didn't know nothing about no minerals and all of that, the body need. And I didn't know none of that stuff. So me listening to him talk about it, I ain't gonna lie. I was watching them videos like, man, this nigga here is the truth, bro. How he know all this, you know? I mean, he was like a young version of Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was still alive at that time too. So it was like this young cat who was kind of sounding like Dr. Sebi. You know what I mean? So I was proud, man. I was proud. You know, I ain't gonna even front. I was. But I definitely didn't spend no money. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, well, I did buy some sea moss though. So he did, the nigga, I didn't buy no sea moss from him. I bought it from Amazon. I should have bought it direct from the website. And shit, that wasn't nothing but last year? Year before. I think the year before. That was 2024. So I had been heard about him with all that shit years ago. But I ended up buying the sea moss for the first time in 2024. I think it's like Sea Crafted or something is the name of the spot. It was this goofy nigga who used to be on this show with BMT. And I forget that nigga name. But he told me the spot that he went to get, the spot that he goes and uses to get his sea moss. So I went to them. And then when I went to Amazon, it was like the shipping was faster. So I just went through Amazon. I mean, they still got the money. It ain't like they didn't get the money, you know what I'm saying? But the shipping was faster coming through Amazon. So of course I went through Amazon. I got the purple one too. I need to get some more, man. I need to go on here and see how this is gonna work out for me. But you know what's crazy though? I'm gonna tell you what I really want to do that I heard about like one time. And I had my man, what's bro name that come over here to our space sometimes? Modern Renaissance Man. Modern Renaissance Man confirmed this for me. I heard about something called a coffee enema. They should just call it coffee in a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Basically, what I was told is that they would pour coffee grounds. I think it's the grounds. Coffee somehow. Maybe it's already made into the powder substance. I don't know. I don't remember. But they pour coffee into your buttocks, right? And it's supposed to clean you out. That's that. And listen, I'm not gonna lie. When Modern Renaissance Man confirmed it, he seemed very genuine. And he was like, bro, you would be surprised some of the stuff that would come out of your behind when you do a coffee enema. Right? So, but it just, hey. Yeah. 18 leaves, be cool, shawty. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, I'm just trying to tell you what he a doctor. Y'all gonna argue with the doctor? Don't argue with me. The doctor said it. Okay? That's what it. Trip ain't shit. Trip said niggas get old and find a way to play in the back door. Yo, stop it, bro. First of all, ain't nobody gonna be playing nothing, okay? I just need to know how it's done. And my goal was to get my lady to do it. That was my goal. I need to get my nails done, man. My goal was to get my lady to do it, so I don't have to feel weird. I mean, she used to do CNA work. Shit shouldn't be that strange to her. Right? But I definitely was like, yo, I might have to go ahead and pull it and see what happened, man. Especially now that I'm getting old. There's always some goofy shit going on. Every time you turn around, neck hurt, ass hurt, knee hurt, shin hurt, toe hurt, eye hurt. Shit just be hurting for no reason. You don't even know what happened. You just wake up in pain. Like, what the hell is going on? Why the hell is my kneecap throbbing? Why did my ear just go and start ringing? And then slowly start fading away. It's like, what the fuck is that about? All I'm doing is just sitting here chilling. Like, what are we doing? Insane, bro. Into the same. My man T Leaves came through with the $5 super chat. He said, "Doctor my ass." Yo, T Leaves, you know who Modern Renaissance Man is, bro. He's the whole doctor out this mug. Y'all think go ask MRM. But don't trip though. When I get mine and I come back healthy and shit, and I be back swole and shit around it, they go like, "Beans, how'd you do it?" I mean, like, enema, nigga. Enema, nigga. Coffee in a nigga. Coffee in a mama. That's what the process is called. Coffee in a mama. This nigga Kamal said that's some wild foreplay. Y'all ain't shit, bro. This y'all doing this. Y'all realize that? It was nothing sexual about this shit. This is y'all's doing. It was all health and good vibrations. Good vibrations probably not the best thing to say, right? Probably not the best thing to say right there, but okay. My man Big A in the building. Big Aaron, what up, though? He said, you cannot follow up. He said, you cannot follow up one coffee in your keister to the need to get your nails done. Beans, do you need to talk? Yo, that is funny as hell. That is funny. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not gonna do this with y'all. I'm letting y'all know this right now. The buck stops right here. Okay? Damn, the buck. That's fucked up. Now I got me thinking about buck breaking. This all you niggas' fault, bro. We was doing really well. We was 20 minutes into the show. I'm trying to get people to be healthy, eat sea moss, get their minerals, put coffee up their ass, and y'all just had to make it weird, didn't you? Niggas just had to make it weird. Kamal said, I'm blaming Yada for this topic. That's right. Blame that nigga, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That's the right move right there. Shout out to my man Kamal. Stall me out, Debo. Stall me out. I ain't did nothing to nobody. All right? All right, cool. Boom. So we 30 minutes in. Let me double check and make sure I'm not missing out on no donations, man. Like I said, pin to the top of the chat are the support links, y'all. Y'all know what this is, man. Until we start getting them YouTube numbers, we got to support, bro. I'm trying to get, oh my God, y'all, listen. Oh man, I really want to show y'all my cart, but I don't want to jinx it. Y'all know I'm thinking about getting this stream deck so that I could just have that to play my sounds instead of going through OBS. I'm definitely getting that. And then I found out about something else. Hey, Aaron, mind your business what I'm about to say. Just mind your business with what I'm about to say. We all know that you already knew it existed. Okay? Mr. Science Guy. Bill Nye's cousin looking ass boy. Let me bring this up. Where is that? Okay. Look what I found, man. This shit is impressive to me, bro. I don't know about y'all. Hold on. Where is it? Wait. Look at this. Bro. This shit right here, I got to have it, bro. I got to have it. Because I was going to just buy a whole nother monitor, right? And then I came across this. I'm like, hold on. Screen extender. Right? And when you put this on your computer, what it allows for you to do, it allows you to have multiple screens to be operating on. So you could take it, like just say you got a QuickTime movie playing on, right? Playing, you could put that on the left screen. Then you might have some data or something that you might looking at, you can put that on the right screen. And then however you working and typing on or whatever, it could be in the middle screen. You know what I'm saying? And you can jump between the two, bro. I couldn't believe it. And it just sits right on your computer screen. It just slides right down on that. And then you open the two screens out. You can use two or you can just use one. You can fold it so it can be showing to the backside of the computer. So if somebody's sitting across from you and you need them to see something, you just fold. Like, bro, I saw this. I was like, I got to have it. It don't even make sense for me to grab a whole nother monitor now. I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to sit the computer up, and then when I have my Bluetooth keyboard and trackpad, then I'll be able to operate it. And this the reason why. Let me show y'all why I want to do this. I'm going to show y'all exactly why I want to do this too. This why I want to do this. Because whenever I got to do anything, this is what happens. You see that? You see how that's shaking and shit? I'm sick of that shit, bro. Right? So I'm going to get a whole nother camera, but I'm still going to, you know what I'm saying, get that thing and be able to open it up so I can see everything better. Right now, if I screenshot this and show you what it looked like, this ain't it, bro. It's too small. You know what I'm saying? It's too compact. So I'm trying to tell you. You see, if you watch Teen Fatty's show, go back 3 years ago and look at it now. And you see all that stuff in the background, all them screens and all that shit he got going on. He had people come in and build that shit up like that. He was able to do that because people supported the show, bro. So, I mean, that's just what it is. I ain't no rich nigga. We gonna go as far as you niggas allow us to. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I start getting that YouTube money. And then I really ain't gonna give a fuck about you niggas at all. Everything gonna be pre-recorded. I won't do another live except for Thursdays because I'm with my mans until I'm not no more. Shout out to my man Sherm. We will be over there as soon as this show is over with. So that's why I really wanted to do this show too. Because sometimes I'll be ready to go to sleep. I'll be ready to take a nap. I'll mess around and miss the show. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to stay up. You know what I'm saying? Just get your Minority Report on and get yourself Oculus Rift and 2 Gauntlet controllers. Yeah, that sounds like it costs too much. That sounds like I'm going to be asking niggas to hit the cash app for the next 3 years. I ain't going to be able to do it. No. This nigga Aaron ain't shit. Did y'all see that comment? That nigga said the best part of standing up is Folgers in your butt. This nigga ain't shit.
Stupid.
And nobody didn't time his ass out either. Y'all ass crazy. Y'all ass is crazy, man. All right, man, let's go ahead and get to it before you niggas start saying some weird shit that I can't take back. Let me come over here. Hit that cash app. I appreciate every single YouTube super chat. I swear I do. But they take 30%. So you want to use the YouTube super chat? Be my guest. Do it because you want to participate in the show. You want to support. You want your comments read. Boom. But if you really just trying to look out for me, if you trying to hook up the brand, you trying to support the brand and help me build this brand up and everything we trying to do, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, use that Streamlabs super chat. Those joints come straight to me. The Zelle, no money taken out. So if you really love me, use that Zelle, bell.portlogic@gmail.com. bell.portlogic@gmail.com. That's how you really show some love. But I promise you, I'm already on it anyway, but the more y'all support, the more I could do, bro. But I'm on it. I'm getting a new chair and everything, bro. So this is it for me. I'm not trying to do nothing else, bro. Only thing else I will still do is my livery service. I don't know why, bro. I just like doing limo service. I don't know why. That's the only other thing that I'm still willing to do, which is why I keep my livery service business active. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one thing I will do outside of this. Outside of, you know what I'm saying, social media, internet, you know what I'm saying, kind of a deal. I just like doing a limo service. I like putting on my little limo hat. I remember when I first worked for this one service, they was like, you don't got to wear that hat. I'm like, I want to. No, I don't got to, but I want to. I like having my little hat on, being able to say, good afternoon, good evening, you know what I'm saying? And then you make a quick buck, little 2 hours, bro, $250. You know what I'm saying? Like the limo business, it can get you some bread, you know, as long as you rolling, you know. But that's why I wanted to retire to Vegas, so I could do that. And guess what? Then I could do both at the same time. I can do some, you know, blogging videos from my limo service. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I had a whole plan. I just really needed an investor. So if anybody is willing to invest $50,000 into me so that I could become the limo driving social media influencer that we all know I was meant to be, hit your boy up, use those links, support the stream. All right, you heard me? Jersey. All right, what my whatchamacallit at? Let me get my UDIG open.
Super chat. Super chat. Oh.
That's for my man T. Lees. I forgot to hit you with that earlier. On my cam at. Boom. And then let's go ahead and let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Looking ass. Na 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 na. Face ass. All right. Damn, what I do with the videos? Oh, here they go right here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's time.
All right, so let's go to this one first so we can get an idea of who this guy is and how he talks. You heard me? Jersey.
It's time to bury the ghost of Kevin Samuels with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist to the family dynamic, to the family structure. He was a terrorist. He convinced weak men to be weaker men. You have to deal with...
Wait, that is crazy to say out loud with a straight face. Like that is really crazy to say out loud with a straight face. Damn. Was he against the family? Yo, how did he say that? Apparently, this guy has more than one wife. So it can't be the whole, you know how Kevin used to be like, high value men are going to exercise their options. So it can't be that play. Like, I just don't know how he says that with a straight face, though.
Kevin Samuels as the cake and not the icing. A man that says a woman loses her value because she has children made him popular. It wasn't talking about men. It was talking about women. That made him popular. How can a man open his mouth without living the life he's talking about?
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm hurt. I've tried everything. Woman
does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level.
But I have to choose myself and I have to protect our babies. And I would much rather them have both parents alive than to one be in a hospital with something terminal or one of us not to be here.
For you to disrespect the mother of your child is a mental illness. You pushed her away, now you're complaining about her leaving. See, this is the problem. You men take no accountability. No, you men have to stop stressing.
Simping is dangerous.
Woman does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level.
Are women's standards too high, or is the modern man just performing too low?
Now we have to understand we have a lot of boys trapped in men's bodies. Good women are mostly single because they know their self-worth and their value. And they're not allowing a man to come into their life and just tell them anything. Now you have to be the man that you said you were. Men, we are the real gold diggers. We want a woman to regulate our emotions, pat us on the back for doing what a man's supposed to do. Nurture the children, remain sexy, speak life into us when we feel low, and work a 9 to 5 at the same time. You can't convince me that we are not the gold diggers.
You know what's crazy about that? Even though that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yo. That might be the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. But just for a second, let me grant it. Right? Just for a second, let me grant it. Let me say, oh, it's true. Right? But wouldn't that make them gold diggers too? Because that's exactly what they be saying. They want us to go to work, right? Not nowadays. They don't even want you to have a 9 to 5. They want you to be balling out of control, as if the money just falls out of the sky, right? But they also want you to be there for the kids. They don't even want to have to deal with the kids on their own anymore, right? Emotionally mature. Pat them on the back for the shit that they supposed to do. Like all of those things that you just said. I'm not doing whataboutism. I'm just trying to understand. If it's gold digging when we do it, wouldn't it be gold digging when they did it too? Wait. More so than it being gold digging when they do it too, why is it okay for them to do it? Yo, see, this is why I be saying sometimes I wish I was a bigger, YouTuber so that I could be on platforms with these guys. Because see, the reason why most of these guys, all you got to do is pay attention. I promise you. All y'all have to do is pay attention. I don't know how many of you watching now may be new, whatever. All you gotta do is pay attention. The biggest reason, the second biggest reason. I was gonna say the biggest reason why these guys don't like me, but it's really the second biggest reason. Because the biggest reason why these guys don't like me is because I'm confident. They could call it arrogance or whatever, but I don't think it's that. And the reason why I don't think it's arrogance is because when I'm in a room with somebody who's smarter than me, I act like it. If they're wrong though, fuck them too. Hey, listen. Yo, listen. There will be no do not outshine the master from the 48 Laws of Power. Shit ain't gonna happen. Not on my watch. If you wrong, you wrong, right? But the second biggest reason why these guys don't like me is because I ask the right questions. I ask the right questions, bro. Simple. All I would ask him is, bro, since women want the exact same thing, does that also make them gold diggers? I guarantee you he wouldn't answer it. When we get to the debate that he had, you'll see. He's no different than the rest of these niggas. They deflect, they dodge questions, they don't be wanting to answer shit, right? Or they sprinkle in a little truth with their lies, Are we streaming okay over there? Because it looked like it might be a kind of an issue. Like I might be lagging or something. Are we streaming okay? Put a 1 in the chat if we streaming okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Postpartum is very real. This is my son's placenta. This is the size of the wound inside women that's trying to heal after they give birth. We're not going to talk about the hormonal withdrawal. We're not going to talk about the neurochemical shifts. We're not going to talk about the sleep deprivation. We're not going to talk about the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Then hopefully these women are able to get 2 hours of sleep after they give birth. No, you men have to stop stressing because sometimes they might want to be held. They might not want to be held. They might want to laugh. They might want to cry. They might not want to do anything. And you have to show up as the man they need in that moment. And it's no longer about you. Child support money should be for the mother, not the child. If she has this child 24/7 and she's working a full-time job and she's mentally going through it, stressed out and suffering from anxiety, she should use that money to reset. That means to pamper herself. Because a woman that's falling apart is no good for a child. And none of you men understand the weight, the stress, the pressure that it takes to work a full-time job, maintain a household, and raise children. That's why most of you men fold.
She also came.
Wait, here's what's so crazy about that, though. Right? Because I'm telling you what I find really interesting about that last comment is because he's saying that we don't understand it, but then on the other hand, the women are saying that's exactly what we look for. Right? The women are saying that because these men have grew up with single moms who worked and took care of everything, that's what they look for. The very thing he's saying we don't understand is the very thing that women accuse men of looking for because women are insane psychopaths, right? I tried to find that video, by the way, the other day. I did not. I'm going to find it. It just ain't titled that way, but I'm going to find that video that I did about women being psychopaths. I proved it with the actual definitions. I did not make it up, right? But, because think about it. Man, it's something I want to do so bad, y'all. I said I'm going to do it for the members and for the Clips channel. What I got is, it's a video from 1969. All right, real quick, we'll get back to the video. It's a video from 1969. As a matter of fact, let me blow myself back up. It's a video from 1969. In the video, the black girl is giving people a tour of their house, right? She says, this is our house. This is our kitchen, dining room, living room, the bedrooms, the backyard, the 2-car garage, right? Mom, dad, daughter, son. And she said, it's a typical house when the father makes $10,000 to $12,000 a year. In 1960, though, I did the numbers, right? In 1960, the median income for black men was about $3,800 a year. So what she was showing us was about $6,200 more in earnings for a person to be able to live there, right? The point is when they talk about, oh, what men used to do, right? The woman in that situation was reportedly a stay-at-home mother, right? But that wasn't average. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't nowhere near what average is. The provision that a man could give to a woman at that particular time, hey, it wasn't in that video. It was some way smaller, cheaper, worse neighborhood. Probably didn't have good grass. Probably wasn't a house, right? Like, who knows? And this in 1960, according to the research, we had a marriage rate of about 61%. Right? So I'm just saying what you see quite often, and I want to take this back just a little bit to right with this last part, what he was saying right here, and show y'all.
Child. If she has this child 24/7 and she's working a full-time job and she's mentally going through it, stressed out and suffering from anxiety, she should use that money to reset. That means to pamper herself. Because a woman that's falling apart is no good for a child. And none of you men understand the weight, the stress, the pressure that it takes to work a full-time job, maintain a household, and raise children. That's why most of you men fold.
So, if I'm saying, here's a woman, right, in 2026, who isn't just staying at home. She's working, taking care of kids, cleaning house, all of these different things, right? What I'm saying is there was a time when I didn't make a whole lot of money. Now I make a certain amount of money. I looked this up the other day. BLS for the last quarter, black men, y'all made it to 56. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I looked it up. For the last quarter, y'all made it to 56K. So you worked more hours and made more money in the last quarter. Right? Absolutely. Okay, that's enough. So it'll go back down. You know what I'm saying? Probably. Because it kind of fluctuates in between 50. This is the highest I ever seen it at 56. But it kind of usually fluctuates in between 50 and 52, 53. So if you at 56 now, I don't remember looking up what the women were at because I was creating a specific meme about black men versus white men to kind of show how we've kind of come up a little bit because people always trying to make it seem like black men ain't doing them. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all looking at. Y'all tripping, right? But now let's just say it's usually no more than 5,000 less. So let's just say if the men made it to 56 this quarter, the women made it to 51 this quarter. Right? So if you at 51 and I'm at 56, what are we talking about at this point? This, me seeking a woman who works and pay for shit, don't got nothing to do with the fact that my mom did it all on her own. It got everything to do with the fact that I know how hard it is for people to do this shit on their own. I shouldn't have to do it on my own. And I don't know why women don't click for them. They just want to run around with this narrative like, oh, y'all just want women to take care of y'all. What? Like, no. We're saying, damn, if you wasn't with me, you would be paying for everything. So what's wrong with half? If they came along right now and said, hey, we have an incentive program that you can sign up for and it'll take half of your bills away. You would do it in a New York minute. If you had a dude who you could fuck once a month that would pay half your bills, you would do it in a New York minute. But some of y'all screw multiple dudes over the month to try to get half of your bills covered. But you can't see yourself being with a man and paying half the bills? No, sir. So I just think it's funny that he's saying we don't understand that. But the women are saying that's exactly what we're looking for. How can we not understand it if it's exactly what we're looking for? I just think that's kind of odd. But we do know this nigga is kind of like, you know, what they call it? Pandering. Yeah.
She also came forth with a picture of the bruise on her face.
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm hurt. But I know I'll make it through.
I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm not buying this shit, man. I'm sorry. I know people not gonna like it. I'm just not. I don't know why. I don't know why, bro. I'm not buying it. Is it possible that he hit her? Absolutely. Absolutely. If I had $5 to bet, I bet that he didn't, though. I'd lose that $5 then if I just had to. I bet that he didn't. But what I'm really not buying is this soft-spoken ass act, bro. I'm not buying it. You know, and just, yeah, it's just, you know, it's just, and so, nah, no way. You're not going to convince me that this light-skinned woman, right, was just saying, no, but honey, just wait, just listen. And he was like, listen to what? No. Sell that dream to your auntie. Because I don't want to hear it. I ain't buying it. Talk the same way you was talking to him when he stole on your ass.
I've tried everything. Yeah.
You didn't. You didn't try not control your. You didn't try to control your mouth.
I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
Then you talking directly to him in the video? No. No, ma'am.
For you to disrespect the mother of your child is a mental illness. This woman loved you enough to get pregnant, went through the pain of giving birth, had to suffer postpartum depression, and then you don't show up. It's a mental.
Loved you enough to get pregnant. Loved you enough to get pregnant is hilarious, my nigga. Hilarity.
Illness. It was fun when it was fun. Now that you have to have responsibilities, now that you have to provide, now that you have to worry about something more than you don't show up. It's a mental illness.
All a woman wants from a man is for a man to be a man. But the quickest way to lose a woman is inconsistency. With her mind, her body, her emotions, you being a provider. She's not expecting you to be perfect, but she's not expecting you to bleed all over from wounds you refuse to heal. So if you want to lose a good woman because of your trauma, you want to lose a good woman because you're inconsistent, you're the fool. Because the same woman that you're willing to let go of is the same woman another man is praying for.
You pushed her away. Now you're complaining about her leaving. See, this is the problem. You men take no accountability. How many times has she tried to tell you what was on her mind, but you dismissed her like she wasn't important? Now you want to change. Oh, baby, I changed. No, you're a manipulator. For you to disrespect the mother of your child is a mental illness. You pushed her away. Now you're complaining about her leaving. See, this is the problem. You men take no accountability. No, you men have to stop stressing.
Woman does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level.
A man that is led by his ego is an unsafe man. I'm not saying he's evil. I'm not saying he won't ever take accountability. I'm not even saying he won't break down in tears sometimes and admit that he needs to do better. But if protecting his pride is more important than pursuing the truth, you will end up in the same cycle. When a man's ego is stronger than his character or his relationship with God, his decisions become about protecting his image than the people that he claims to love. All right, y'all, so today we're going to talk about part 2 of being very cautious when you're dealing with a man that is led by his ego, okay? One of the things that we have to address is the fact that a lot of men that are led by their egos are qualified narcissists, okay? And a lot of times when they realize that you are no longer up under their control, what they will try to do is control the narrative around you, okay? They will try to control the narrative of how other people perceive you.
If you were to never speak to Yada again, ever again, what would you tell him? What will be your last message?
That part's gonna make me cry.
Bro, why that sound like a gay person she talking to? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it just adds to the disbelief for me. In your moment of whatever this is, trauma, like clarity, whatever it is, the person behind the camera of the video talking about if you never talk, like, all right.
But I try everything, and in my heart, I love you. You will always be my best friend. But I have to choose myself, and I have to protect our babies. And I would much rather them have both parents alive than to one be in a hospital with something terminal or one of us not to be here. So I'm praying for you, though. That's what I would say.
As you can see here, it says a new chapter. After nearly 8 years, I have made the difficult decision to end my relationship with the father of my children and step into a new chapter of my life. For years, I believed love meant fighting for your family. I gave my all to our home, our children, our businesses, and even protecting his reputation. I kept believing that if we could make it through one more difficult season, peace would meet us on the other side. But at 8 weeks postpartum, looking at a bruise on my face, I had to stop calling it a difficult season and tell myself the truth. It was domestic violence. My 20s were filled with business, babies, and bruises, building, giving, forgiving, leaving, returning, healing, and hoping. I didn't leave because I stopped loving him. I left because I realized that if I continued to stay, eventually I would drown. The hardest part has been grieving the future I imagined for our children. But one day they will understand that I chose their safety and my peace over a love story I desperately wanted to save. I've learned that people...
Wait a minute, did she say I didn't leave him because I stopped loving him? Does that mean she still loved the dude? Because let me ask y'all a question. I had a little dispute with that nigga T-Max. Y'all know that slow ass nigga who be over there with Black Man Unfiltered. They were saying that a woman won't leave you if he said it's a difference between being in love and loving, which I think is true, right? I know it's true.
Cadaver Dog donated $10. God spare the rod, spoil the Baisha, some like that. They playing in our faces, they gonna make a bag of this.
Spare the rod, spoil the bitch is hilarious. Okay? But, right? He said they playing in our faces and they gonna make a bag off of this. So that means that Trip is where I'm at, bro. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm just not, man. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. I'm just not buying. But yeah, the nigga said that it's the difference between love and being in love. And it is, right? But they were saying that a woman would never leave a relationship with somebody that she's still in love with. Now, that is to be questioned. That's a good conversation to have, right? But the problem is that you have to be able to lay down the foundation of what that means. What's the difference? You have to tell me what that is specifically. What is the difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody? And what is it about when you're in love with somebody that will make you not leave them? Right? I think it's possible, but somebody would just have to explain that to me. But she said, I'm not leaving because I stopped loving you. I'm leaving for whatever goofy ass lying ass reason she came up with. I just don't believe her. She light-skinned, bro. I just don't believe her.
Can change. People can heal, but you don't have to lose yourself waiting for them to do it. Loyalty should never require you abandoning yourself. I don't share this for sympathy or to tear anyone down. What happened is part of my story, but it will never become my identity. I am more than someone's wife. I am more than the things I survived. I am a mother, a woman of faith, a visionary, and a woman learning what it means to choose herself. And through this journey, House of Divine was born. I am turning my pain into purpose and my purpose into power for every woman who may one day need the courage, information, and resources I once searched for.
Now, here's my thing. Apparently, she started a GoFundMe, and she's saying that the GoFundMe is going to be for other people. If I remember correctly, looking at that picture, though, she was only asking for like $8,000. So you trying to raise $8,000? I need $8,000. So you trying to raise $8,000 to give to other people? I don't know. But it could have that I don't know. I got the other video. I think it's in the other video, so we'll get to see it in the other video.
This difficult time, just know that I will be moving everyone to respect how I tell my story and when I tell my story. There are parts of this journey that I am still processing, healing from, and learning how to put into words. For now, I am taking it literally day by day. I am allowing myself the grace to simply take each day as it comes, trusting God with every step ahead of me. This isn't the end of my story. It's simply the beginning of a chapter I never expected to write. I choose safety. I choose peace. I choose my children. I choose purpose. And finally, I choose me.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, man, I know there's going to be a lot of people when they hear this, not just from me, because I'm not the only person, but when they hear this from people like me, that we don't believe you, you need more people. Oh, man, y'all don't never want to believe women and this and that and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to tell you, shorty. We lived with y'all. We know how the kind of games y'all play. We know you. The same way how y'all run around, make it seem like y'all know us. When women talk about the things that men do, I never gaslight women. I never gaslight women and say men don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But if they try to make something seem like it's the majority of men that I just know ain't the majority of men or can't perceive being the majority of men, I'll argue against it being the majority of men. But when men be hitting women, yes. Men be cheating, yes. Men abandon their children, yes. Like whatever it is they say men do, yes. When we say stuff that women do, what women you talking about? And I don't know no women like that. Where these women them just the women you know. It's ridiculous, bro. Or just like y'all probably see tonight when the show start for the congregation, we saying something about women. Well, what about men? Men too, though. Men too, though. When that's a motherfucker's best commentary, do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? Or is it possible that y'all already know?
Stupid.
Let me do this. I'm going to go to this next video before we get into my man O'Shea Duke, so we can hear from the man himself. You heard me? Jersey.
Mr. Beans. Talk to him, son.
Hit the Cash App and support the show. Unless you broke.
Hey, yo, Mr. Baines, let me talk to him.
Support the show and make the chat glow with a super chat. On me.
On me.
Everybody break bread.
Shout out to my man C. Rob for the dono via Cash App, man. Y'all be like my man C. Rob and hit that Cash App and support the stream. Use that PayPal. Use those links pinned to the top of the chat, man. Don't let your boy work for free. You heard me? Jersey.
Yo.
Let's go.
The red pill, that concept is just based off of truth. When they asked me the question, I spoke truth. I did not speak how I feel. You're a woman, and you're going to get this work now. You are a female. I'm looking at across this table in your eyes. You spoke nothing but feelings. You spoke about, your situation, and that you're a victim, and that, and you still married a woman. They asked me a question, and I answered it. I never said I was against marriage or anything like that. I answered it properly and said I'm against the marriage in modernity times. Pre-modernity, it was great because women wasn't really working. They were that incentivization for a woman, it was needed. Currently, right now, there's no need for it.
There's no need for marriage?
You can't even dispute my point.
There's no need for marriage? What'd you say?
I said currently right now, there is no need for women to be incentivized to leave the marriage. They are incentivized to leave the marriage. Would you sign, and now I'm going to pose the question to you. Would you sign a contract? You seem like a businessman. You're wearing a suit. Would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it?
Brother,
answer it, yes or no.
Brother,
don't give me your feelings.
Like you said, I am a businessman, a great businessman. And I understand that family is the first business. I'm speaking, brother. You're shaking your head already.
You ain't answer the question,
You're talking about feminine traits. Shaking your head already. You're shaking your head already.
Females
brother,
avoid questions.
I'm speaking, brother. I'm speaking.
Yes or no?
You're showing feminine traits again. I listened to you. I did not cut you off. Not once. Not once. Control the panties, please. Control the panties.
Hey, bro, come on.
Control the panties.
Little Ninja Turtle over here talking about control the panties. I'm about to get Master Splinter in here to correct you, brother. Chill out, man. You sound silly.
Go ahead, Yada.
Brother, again, family is the first business. If I'm stepping into a business to make money and I don't think the business partner I'm with is beneficial to me, I will not do business with that person. Do you understand? Oh, the demon showing again.
You didn't
the
answer
demon,
the question.
I just told you.
You didn't answer the
family
question.
is the first
family is
business.
So you
if
will
I
sign
have
a contract.
to question, marriage is a contract, brother.
Yeah, but
marriage
business,
is a contract.
They are incentivized.
Marriage
Your wife
is
right
a
now,
contract.
she's incentivized
marriage,
to leave you.
Marriage is
She'll
a
get
contract,
half.
brother. If my woman left me, she deserves more than half, brother. That's
great,
my
but she's
woman.
still incentivized.
Again, if I'm stepping into a relationship based off fear, I have no business being in a relationship. Feminine traits. Control yourself, brother.
Not feminine traits
Control
at all.
yourself, brother.
So you mean to tell me what is marriage?
Goodness.
Marriage is from the biblical perspective,
goodness,
right? So that means that let's just take it back. Let's just take it back even further than pre-modernity, right? So at the end of the day, marriage is a covenant.
Fucking look delayed to me.
Between the man, the woman, and God. There weren't any contracts that was made to incentivize women to leave the man when marriage first came about. There wasn't anything like this. So I'm not against marriage. I think you still don't understand my point. And I'm not saying not to get into marriage because of fear. I'm just stating what's true. You're using feelings again. So what is true? Would you sign a contract that someone is incentivized to break it?
You just said you're not talking about fear, but you keep on saying, oh, she can take half and she can leave you. Brother,
no.
Hold on, brother.
That isn't fear, it's a fact.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. No, you're giving your opinion, brother.
No,
Stop.
That is a fact.
Stop.
Please refute
Are you married?
my point.
Are you married?
Please refute.
Are you married?
I'm not married. No.
Okay, so how can you speak on this, brother?
See, right there. It's always that dumb shit right there. You're not married, so you can't speak on it. That is dumb. When I was a child, I could speak on what it was like to be a parent because I lived with parents. So I know what they had to deal with. Even if I wasn't able to fully iterate the total, dramatization of being a parent, like the fear of when your kids are outside, you know what I'm saying? Particularly after the street lights have come on, right? Worrying about your kids maybe getting involved with drugs and gangs, worrying about your kids, maybe your daughter maybe getting pregnant, something like that. Like when I was young, of course, I might not have been able to express that like an adult. But to pretend that I couldn't comprehend it or tell you about it is insane. I had a mama, nigga. What are we talking about? I had a dad, nigga. What are we talking about? This argument that people like to use that somehow if you're not participating in something, then you don't know anything about it. It's like, yo, what about this? I know the effects of crack, so I don't use it. Can I not talk about crack? Can I not talk about the effects of crack because I never used it? You see how dumb that is? So anybody who's never used crack shouldn't be telling a kid not to use crack because how would the fuck they know? They don't use crack. How can they tell a kid? You see how dumb it is? That's how easy it is to understand how dumb it is, bro. So that's just a stupid argument, right? I thought he might have been onto something when he was saying, well, your comments are fear-based, because they kind of are. Even though Cooley wants to make the argument it's fact, yeah, but it's a fact of fear. It is something that you're saying you're concerned about, which is the basis of fear. Oh my God, do I really need to look that up? Maybe I do, because every time I turn around, somebody is using words and telling me words don't mean what we've known they meant for decades. But, right, you're addressing a concern which is based in fear. And you're saying, I don't want to do this thing because I don't want this thing to happen. That's like, it's a form of fear. Even if you say fear is too strong of a word, which is odd because it's only 4 letters, but let's go.
You're not qualified to even open your mouth right now. You're not qualified to open your mouth right now. You're not married.
Okay, so marriage is a relationship. So marriage is under the umbrella of a relationship. So therefore, since someone doesn't have a title, that doesn't even make no sense. That's a logical fallacy. That's the appeal to authority fallacy, which means that you could say that, well, bro, you don't have a certificate, so you can't speak on this.
What?
What are you speaking about? So, tell me, let's test your logic real quick. If someone is a mechanic and they have 15 years of experience, but they never got their certificate, 15 years of experience. The other person, they have 1 year of experience, but they got their certificate. Who do you think is better at fixing your car?
If I have
Who do you think is better at fixing your car? Answer the question. What I'm telling you,
you're not making sense. You're not making sense again.
You committed a logical fallacy.
Your feminine traits are showing again.
Let's keep the.
You're gonna lose this debate, bro, because you're speaking from feels. You already lost.
So Cooley, do you consider there to be any benefit to marriage for men?
Being married in a covenant under a church, under religion or God and stuff like that. Yeah, it's spiritual. It's many benefits as far as spiritual benefits, of course. But if we're speaking about it, if we take that part away and we're speaking about it just signing the contract, the only other benefit is some tax benefits. Other than that, what benefit does a man get in a marriage that he already doesn't get in a relationship?
Okay, bro. Now listen to me, brother. You said this spiritual. You said the spirit. You said this. I'm not gonna answer the way you want me to, but I'm gonna answer it.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
Got it.
You say the spiritual.
It's that shit right there, bro. Now that shit is feminine as hell. Dear Yada, that's feminine. I'm not gonna answer the way you want me to. It's feminine as hell, bro. Absolutely.
Aspect. Take that away. You can't take it away. When you're doing business at a high level, clearly this is not a business, man. He's a TikToker, I get it. But when you're doing business at a high level, the first thing the person to ask you is, are you married? Come to dinner, bring your wife. That validates how consistent a man can be, how trustworthy a man can be. No real man is going to shack up with a woman and not make sure she's properly taken care of if he passes away. So if Cooley built a lot of wealth and he's with a woman and he dies, guess what's going to happen? Guess who's going to get the wealth? Not the woman that he's been shacking up with.
Oh, that's a lie. You can do all of that without signing a piece of paper. You can put someone on your will. You can make a woman a beneficiary. Listen, let me answer the question.
I can't wait.
So what I'm telling you is, what you just said is a lie. You just said that. Well, what's the wife gonna benefit from this marriage if he happens to die? Well, he could still put her on the will. He could still make her a beneficiary. He could do all of these things without actually signing that paper. Also, right, if he is in a relationship with a woman, he can still protect and provide for that woman. If he loves that woman, he can still take a bullet for that woman.
And this is what I mean right here when I said this is not a businessman. Because if you write a will can be contested. Do you know what that means? Contested. You're not a man. You're not making no real money, so you don't understand. Listen to me for one moment. No, brother. I heard you say on a podcast you make over 6 figures a year. I make over 6 figures a month. We're 2 different types of men.
That's totally fine. You're still a Ninja Turtle.
Next feminine traits. Feminine traits.
You started it
feminine
off, bro.
Traits.
I asked him. The crazy thing is, before we started,
look at the demon showing his face.
Do you want to make ad hominem attacks?
Come on, look at me when you're speaking, brother. Look at me.
So check it out. Let's try to keep it. Let's try to stay progressive here, fellas, because I want to make sure we can actually move through this, because this is actually a really important conversation, because Cooley's not the only guy I've heard say that.
Right.
There's a lot of men that actually believe this because we've seen things go left for men on many occasions. And there is just a lot of discomfort and concern building around the union of marriage.
Bro, this is not hard. And that's what makes this too easy for people to call him out for being a panderer. Because it's one thing to say, yo, don't allow fear to prevent you from making choices that are the best choice to be made. We think marriage is the best choice for people to make as it pertains to family, aka security, aka the welfare of children, aka communities being healthier and better, taxes, right? Economically. Like, we think that marriage, right, is the foundation of those things. And that may be true. So if you want to stand on that, that's all good. Well, the problem comes in that is when you pretend not to see what's going on. You cannot look in our community, not just the fact that the marriage rate is at 30%, but the fact that when you listen to the women talk, they all tell you they've been proposed to 3 and 4 and 5 times. Never married, but proposed to 3 or 4 or 5 times. 3 or 4 or 5 different men proposed to these women, tried to marry these women. And for whatever reason, each one of those men wasn't good enough, but they still screwed them. Sometimes still had babies by them. Sometimes still lived with them. Sometimes still got child support and all kind of stuff out of it. Everything else was good enough to do except for marry. When you ignore that, you just make it too easy for people to be able to point at you and say, panderer. It just becomes too easy. But I guess it's good for content.
So I'm curious about this because, you know, I got a little sister myself. Many of us, just how life is going to go, we're going to end up raising daughters ourselves. It's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we can get caught up in protecting ourselves as men, which we have to. I mean, we have to think about what practically makes sense for us. But let's think about it like this. I want to twist this. If we were giving some game to our little sisters or a woman that we care about, is it a good idea, or do you think, Cooley, a woman can still be secure, protected, and I guess comforted in a marriage without the legal document and paperwork? Is that a good deal for the woman as well?
Yeah, she could be married in a church under, you know, the Spirit of God. That's totally fine. Why would you? The thing is, like, this whole thing as far as the legal situation, this is still new. You know what I mean? And the legal situation, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It only benefits the woman. It doesn't benefit the man at all. And the man, the only reason why, like, did you listen or did anyone listen to the things that I said in the beginning? Pre-modernity, women weren't really working. They weren't in the workforce. So the reason why they made the marriage laws this way, where women get alimony and things like that, is to incentivize them because they're not working, right? But prior to even that, there wasn't any incentivization for women to get. Now we're in modernity. Women are in the workforce. So therefore, why are they still being incentivized to leave the man? That doesn't add up. That's the only part that I'm against, is the legal part. Marriage itself is a blessing. It's a great thing.
Marriage opens up who a person truly is. If a man is afraid to write a contract with a woman, he has no business being with a woman. So why would this man try to give relationship advice? Because majority of people are dating for marriage. No one says I'm dating to shack up. No one says I'm dating to have babies by a bunch of people.
Majority of people are dating for marriage. Sometimes all you got to do is listen. And I promise you, you will hear that these people are full of shit. I promise you. There's no way this man is alive in 2026. The businessman he claims he is. This man is literally on social media. And he's going to tell us that the majority of people are dating to marry. Meanwhile, in America, the average age for first marriage in America is 30. Not 18, not 21, not 25, not 28, 30. What are you talking about? They're dating to marry. Yo, like I said, these niggas show you who they are. Y'all just be impressed because the fact that these niggas got Versace robes. You just be impressed because these niggas be having watches you can't afford. 2026 and you niggas still impressed by another nigga's money. I ain't been impressed by another nigga's money since I was 17. Soon as I realized, oh, this nigga got money, so he think I'm supposed to kiss his ass, shit ain't gonna happen. I ain't been impressed by another nigga's money since then. I wouldn't give it that. Oh, you make $100,000 a year, I make $100,000 a month. Congratulations. And your woman just left you, according to her. No one cares. A few years ago, your skin was horrible. Horrible. With all the sea moss and everything else you was drinking. What's my point in saying that? Is that you are not immune to the tribulations of life. I don't give a damn how much money you make. Doesn't matter. So all of y'all, you people who watching YouTube and all of that and following these guys and becoming a part of their cults, I just need y'all to know you are a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem. You are the incentive for the incentive for these guys to have the narcissistic personality disorders that they have. This man swears up and down he's a businessman. Right? Again, think about all the things that he says. Oh, you're supposed to give a woman $150K this much a month and all this other dumb shit he be saying. Bro, what percentage of men in the world actually had the capability of doing that? And here's the thing. If they did, how much would it actually be worth at that point? If the majority of men in the world had the capability to just throw around $150K, $150K would be worth $150. It's a reason why when you look at, bro, it's the meme I did earlier. I was telling you about the meme I did, right? I'm gonna just go and pull it up because, why not? Where's my meme at? Here it is. Look at this. Right? This is comparing wages of men from 1960 to 2026. So you see in 1960, black men, the median annual earnings was $37.89. Just say $3,800. White men was $56.62. Right? That's a difference of about $1,800. Right? Now today, let me blow this up a little bit more. Now today, it's $56,000 for black men and $72,000 for white men. Right? So now you're talking about what? Let me move this right here. That's a difference. I don't see that. It's supposed to show the difference right here. I don't know why it's not showing the difference. Basically, I think we went from 67% to 78%. So back then we earned 67% of what white men made, and now we earn 78% of what white men made. So that's an 11% increase, right? So I would argue that that's a little bit better, right? Percentage change. Nominal increase for black men was plus 3%. Nominal increase for white men was plus 26%. Real increase adjusted for inflation for black men was plus 11%. And for white men, plus 11%. We doing all right is all I'm saying. When you factor in the fact that we're in this country that to this day is still organized in a way to make sure that black men don't, overtake the throne, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at a real dollar comparison, 1960, a black man earning $37.89 would need $44,396 in 2026 dollars, right? But we just saw that we were at 56, right? So that's $12,232 more than needed, right? So we've earned a little bit more than what inflation would have provided for. I'm just saying we doing all right. But you know what we not doing? And you know what even white men aren't doing? Making enough money to give a chick $150,000 just because she had a baby. These things that he says makes no sense. It couldn't be applicable to the majority of people or money would have no value. I ain't even the smartest light bulb in the pack, and I understand that. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, this goofy nigga does too. Am I on his heels right now because he's a popular topic? Yes. But I ain't saying nothing I ain't been saying. If you notice, I'm not even focusing a whole lot on the domestic because I just don't fucking believe it. Not that he didn't hit her, that she was some abuse victim. That's different. So we revisiting the topic. I'll revisit it with you. But I'm going to talk about what's more important, which is cats like this need their ass kicked so that they can understand there's something going on out here for real, right? There's a real war going on outside, right? The white man and his bullshit against black people, particularly on this continent. They have co-opted our women. Anybody getting in the way of, I believe me, I don't take pleasure in using these titles, but I have to in order to make my point. Anybody getting in the way of the work of the Manosphere, Red Pill, MGTOW, SYSBM, or any of that shit is a problem. It's a problem. You not helping. You not helping at all. We're trying to rescue women from the grips, excuse me, of white man's power over their minds. Read the Willie Lynch letter. It's right there. Look at it and then look outside your window and tell me if it don't look just like that. They are appealing to the nature of women. Now, the one thing I heard somebody argue the other day, I heard a lady say this the other day on the podcast. She said, she was talking about the wage gap. And I just, sometimes I get tired of the wage gap. But what she did was she made an interesting point that I don't see most people make. Don't know if it's true or not, but just listen. She said, there was a time when most nurses were men. Again, I don't even know if that's true, but let's go with it. Then women took over the industry, not took it over, but for whatever reason were filtered in. And then the pay dropped, right? Now, again, I don't know if this is true. I don't. My argument would be, and y'all don't want to pay for nothing. Why do you need to get paid as much? Right? Like, but that's neither here nor there. But the point was this. It made me think about it. It made me say, well, hold on. Is there some sort of way where they may be trying to impede the economical growth of women? We just saw over 400,000 black women, well, about 400,000 black women lost their jobs soon as Trump came in, right? We've been seeing a lot of different things going on economically affecting women. And at the same time, we're still hearing they're starting the most businesses. They're buying the most houses in a specific age demographic, right? Having less children, doing more traveling, all of that type of stuff. So it's like, damn. If it is something to stifle the economical growth of women, is it for your own good? I know. I'll say it again. Is it for your own good? Is it that you just got too big and somebody trying to put you back in your place? Because I be feeling like that's the same thing they be doing to niggas. They flood the community with crack, but then as soon as they start seeing niggas really getting to the bag, and then niggas taking that bag and doing different things to make the neighborhoods better and starting businesses and all these different things, like, oh no, we got to come hard on these niggas. Oh no, we got if you get caught with this, 100 times more charges than it would be if you had the white people's drug. Because we got to make examples of you niggas. Don't do too much. Don't try to get too big. Don't try to outshine the master, right? It just made me wonder. Not that you seeing a bunch of women run into men now. If anything, you see more women running to the internet. More women taking their clothes off in front of cameras. That's what you're seeing. But it did make me wonder. Are they trying to reset something? Are they trying to say, hey, don't forget who is granting you the privilege to be able to earn as much, work in these other environments, join the military, be the entrepreneur, be politicians and all this other stuff. Don't forget who's allowing for you to be in that arena. Because now y'all starting to step to us. You had black women who were leading in certain places, particularly like Georgia and Texas, the chants against Trump. So hey, let me show y'all, make sure y'all know y'all throwing rocks at the throne. Stop playing with us. Don't forget who empowered you, black women. It was us, the white man. Let me make sure y'all know that before you start getting too big for your britches. I'm just saying, I be thinking, bro. I don't know what y'all be doing in y'all spare time, but I be thinking, bro. But okay, let's get back to the video.
And not marry them or lead them or guide them or protect them or show them the divine covering of God. And again, I say, God said, the Bible says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Not a man that finds a woman to shack up with. Not a man that finds someone just to sleep around with. Not a man that gets women pregnant after pregnancy after pregnancy. No, we have to understand that a real marriage releases divine understanding that comes directly from God. This is something different. And this is why this man cannot comprehend it. He's coming from a textbook level, and this is spiritual. spiritual. Marriage is spiritual. It has nothing to do with any form of textbooks.
So if it's spiritual, why you sign a contract?
Again,
gotcha.
Jesus said, can I answer? May I answer? Give to the mayors what's the mayor's. Give to God what's God's. What are you talking about, brother? See, this is the devil showing again.
With the government incentivizing the woman to leave.
Brother. Okay, brother.
Should single people give dating advice?
No, they're not qualified. I don't care how much a scientist reads a book. It doesn't make him a professor. He can't go to college and say, hey, I'm about to teach because no, you're not qualified. You have to have the experience. And this is something that only God can give an individual. When it comes to loving a woman, the ups and downs, the left, the right, the falling apart, the getting back together, the mental breakdowns, the coming back together in peace, love, and divine understanding. Only a person that's been through something real can speak on that. You have to be qualified. Qualified, and this is the word I need you guys to understand. Qualified. If a man is speaking on relationships and he's not married to a woman, he knows nothing about marriage life, he has no business speaking on relationships at all.
Strong statement right there. And I think that when we had the conversation, that's where Tony Gaskin stood last time we had the convo. Go ahead. I want you to
drop that poll in the chat, by the way, too.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, poll. We should have been dropping polls this whole time.
Tripping.
But go ahead. Cooley, what's your thoughts on that, man? Should single men be able to give dating advice?
Yeah, what he just said was he spoke from feelings. He actually didn't think about what he just said. So let's just extrapolate this out. Can an unmarried person give dating advice? Sure, they can give dating advice. Why not? Right? Then he says some things. He says, well, you can't give dating advice if you're not married because you don't have the experience. So let me ask you a question. If someone that's been in a relationship, a long-term relationship, and it's a good one, that man protects and provides for his woman, that woman follows his lead, it's a great relationship that they have. They have 20 years together, but they just never signed that paper, right? Never signed that paper. Versus someone that just got married for a year. They only been dating for 6 months prior to, and they got married. Who do you think is more qualified to give dating advice? The newlywed or the person with all of the experience?
The person with all the experience.
Okay, so what you just said was a logical fallacy. It is a lie.
Let me finish again. See, this is feminine traits again.
No,
he asked me a question. As soon as I start to answer the question, he cut me off in mid-sentence. Cut me off in mid-sentence.
You answered it, though.
Please control your emotions. You're leading men.
Listen,
you're leading men.
I asked you
men
a question.
watch you. Control your emotions.
And you answered it. It's still my turn to give a
bro, you asked me a question. And then you cut me off in mid-sentence.
You just said yes. The
hey, family, I want to show you again. This is a boy trapped in a grown man's body.
This dude is 5'2" talking about someone
and here we go again. And here we go again. And here we go again. And here we go again.
Midget Matt over here.
Here we go again.
Here we go, fellas. Let's get back to it.
Can I finish answering the question, please?
Yeah. Let me get Yada's context behind that.
This guy got his suit from a daycare.
Matter of fact, go ahead, brother. You got it.
Okay, cool. So what
Females
I was expounding on. What I was expounding on, that question itself makes no sense. That question itself makes no sense. Well, the answer would be, like I said, yeah, sure, someone that's unmarried can give dating advice. He said they can't give dating advice. Then I just checked his logic, right? And then he said, oh, well, if they have enough experience but they're not married, they can give dating advice. So which one is it?
Again, is he finished? Can you ask this man if he's finished?
I'm finished now.
Are you done? Are you
which
done?
One is it?
So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.
The red
nah,
pill.
We're not gonna be clicking nowhere, Cooley, because you ain't came on my show like you told me you would, even though I didn't reach out to you and send the invitation. Look, what you just saw, right, was a demonstration between two guys. Now listen, when it comes to the whole debating thing, it wasn't like Yada was just wrong on everything. That's not the point. You know what I'm saying? But what it is you just get to see that just because you mix the truth in doesn't mean you're not pandering. Right? You could say, man, a father should take care of his kids. Right after saying that no woman should ever have to be financially responsible for children that she brings into the world. Right? right before saying, if not, he's a deadbeat. But any woman who doesn't take responsibility for children that she gets pregnant with is okay. So let me play that out for you. Here it is. Any woman that doesn't take care of her children, it's all good. But a father that doesn't take care of his children is a deadbeat. Right? See, it's some truth in there in the second part, but the first part, horrible. Horrible. Right? That's the pandering part, is that you allow the escape of accountability for women while holding men accountable. That in itself, to me, makes you a traitor. Hold on, let me do this. Because I see now what's happening. I can see that it's lagging. I don't know why y'all didn't say nothing. But I don't know how to fix it. I've been asking. It won't fix. It is what it is. Bro, I'm not even, this is not hyperbole. I promise it's not. When you are a person who creates a lane for women to escape accountability, you are a traitor. Real talk. You are one of the biggest detriments to the Black community, dare I say America, that there is. The way to look at this is like this. I'm going to use crack again. If you got a crackhead and you got people trying to get this person off of crack, they done moved this person to the suburbs, took him out the hood, put him in a clean environment. They done got him a little job at the bookstore, whatever. And here you come, all in front of them, dancing, all in the video. My bad. I just went back to the source of words. But here you come. Why shouldn't they smoke crack? And they should smoke crack. And crack is what they want to do. They should be allowed to smoke crack. And now they sitting there because they really want to smoke crack anyway. And you're feeding them the excuses for their mind to process and say, yeah, I should be able to smoke crack. Now everybody wake up one day and they gone back to the hood, back to the crack spot, right back to it. Or even if they didn't take the person out, you got people trying to talk to folks. You got people that's spreading word, that's trying to get people to realize where their errors are. And here you come with the same old bullshit, making them think that, oh, it ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing. It ain't nothing wrong with how you acting. It ain't nothing wrong with how you being. No. And it's intentional. It's not like you're doing it because you genuinely believe it. You're doing it because it generates you some money. That makes you a traitor. That's what that makes you, a traitor. If somebody decided to snatch you up and beat your arms and legs into noodles and put you out of commission for a little while and let you know, hey, if you decide to be a traitor against us again, we're going to beat your legs and arms again. I couldn't necessarily say they were wrong. See, the smart person might be thinking, but Beans, can that be the answer for everybody? No. Somebody might disagree with what I'm saying or think that I'm being traitorous. And that person would be what we call a retard. Right? Damn! We're talking specifically about people who are spreading a rhetoric that's detrimental. I'm not doing that. I be telling people, bro, as long as what you doing ain't hurting nobody else, do what you gonna do. But just expect to be treated accordingly. If you're a whore, expect to be treated like a whore. Don't expect to be treated like a queen. You're not a queen. You're a whore. Don't expect to be treated like a wife. You're not a wife. You a whore. That don't mean a motherfucker be like, hey, whore. Right? But somebody might see you and be like, what up, shorty? All right, now, what's up? Hey, listen, I got a little change for you. You know what I'm saying? You want to do something? You can't be, how could? Shorty, don't you got an OnlyFans? Ain't you on Twitter giving head to random niggas? But then when I approach you, maybe because I'm not what you like, now all of a sudden you offended. No, you don't get to be offended, whore. Accept what you are. Y'all wanted me to accept that I was broke. Guess what? I accepted it. And as soon as I accepted, they said, this nigga on here bragging about being broke. Now I'm bragging because I accept it? I accept the fact that my life is going to end the same way as 90% of motherfuckers who have ever lived. Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad about that, fam. It's way worse things to feel bad about, and that ain't one of them. Right? It's just not. Look how long it's been since somebody sent the super chat. And it's pretty much been the same amount of people watching the whole time. Look how long it's been since somebody donated. I'm not going to feel bad because you niggas didn't donate. Because y'all going to go watch the next nigga show when they lying to you and spend all your money. I'm not going to feel bad about myself about that. Fuck that. No. Just like I don't feel bad about calling this nigga bitches every Thursday night when he won't stop cutting me off. Like, I'm not, bro. No. Y'all keep telling everybody that it's okay for you to talk to them however you want to talk to them. It's okay for you to call them about whatever they going through. Look how they talk to Jay Prince. It's always about what he going through. Do he talk about it and say it in a certain way? Yeah, but what that got to do with me? What does that have to do with me? If Jay Prince hit the link right now and came up here and was like, man, I'm a dumbass, bitch-ass, hoe-ass nigga, does that mean I have to address him as that? No, it doesn't. He doesn't get to dictate to me what I get to address him as. I get to do that. I'm my own person. Nobody ain't gonna take accountability for me, so nobody don't get to dictate what I'm doing and what I'm saying. Unless you're gonna take the charge for me, kiss my ass. I'm gonna do and say what I want to do. Right? But I try to show a certain respect level across the board. I don't care about your personal life, which is why I didn't spend this whole video saying, woman beater, woman beater, woman beater, woman beater. If he hit that chick in her eye, that's on them. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing. But what it does show, what does have something to do with me is the fact that all these women been out here spending all their bread with this nigga. The same way how they did with Derek Jackson, the same way how they gonna do with every nigga who say all the shit that they wanna hear instead of being like some of these other chicks who appreciate being told the truth. You make the nigga rich. Now what? Now you got the light-skinned girl out the way. Now you think you gonna replace her and he gonna be different. Apparently it was another chick in his past who had this same issue with him. Again, couples fight. That shit happens. I'm not finna dog no nigga out because he had a fight with a chick. Shit ain't gonna never happen. Chicks be doing the most, bro. I just watched the video where these chicks assaulted this security guard. He just trying to get them out. They won't leave. Then one of them swung on him, hit him in the mouth. He hit her back, and then the other ones grabbed and rushed him. They pulled him down to the ground by his hair and started beating him. But y'all want me to be like, but females. Fuck that shit. If I was that nigga, I would have used all of my strength laying them bitches down. But we don't. We don't never use all of our strength. Even in this video, you know how we know he didn't use all of his strength? Because she could still talk. She could still see. If that man had reached down to Mississippi, came up through Georgia, curved around Ohio, and clocked her in her Chicago ass eye, it'd be way worse than that, fam. Way worse. But we don't. We don't really be trying to beat up on girls. But they don't have no respect for us. None. And that's why this nigga, Yada, is a fucking traitor, in my opinion. Some people might think that's a little bit aggressive. I don't. You a traitor, fam. You tried to shit on Kevin Samuels and all the work he did. Was it perfect? No, nobody is. You can't expect perfection. That's why you're supposed to look at the message. What they say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. That's what you're supposed to be listening for. At first, I didn't fuck with Kevin Samuels like that. I just thought it was funny. Until I saw him defend average earning men. Once I saw him defend average earning men, I was like, oh yeah, he the one. Yeah, he the one. He the guy. Because it's like, okay, now I see he understands. All this high value talk, oh, well, that's coming from, he claims he was high value, right? And then also from addressing what the women are saying they want. So I get it. But once them females came up there and tried to dog out average earning men, and he was on what he was on about that shit, like he used to say all the time, I'm not going to let you dog out average earning men. I'm not going to let you dog out blue collar workers. I'm not going to let you do it. Because when I look at those men in other races, they don't get dogged out. The Hispanic man that's standing at Home Depot trying to find work, go home to a woman every night. So I had a whole lot of respect for Kevin Samuels once I saw him do that. Oh, and the other one too. The no more when he was on Clubhouse. The no more one-way aggression thing. Oh, that was so beautiful. Woo! Man, listen, we got about 25 minutes before it's time to go to the congregation show. I was going to use this time to play the other video, but I think I'm going to save it because I want to talk about it a little bit on the congregation show too. So I'm going to save it for that. But let me do this. Let me do this.
Mr. Beans. Talk to him, son.
Hit the Cash App and support the show. Unless you broke.
Hey, yo, Mr. Baines, let me talk to him.
Support the show and make the chat glow with a super chat. On me.
On me. On me. Everybody break bread. Break bread. Break bread.
Let's see if I can find it. That'll probably. Let's see. YouTube. Okay. Boom. And then right here we go. Kevin Samuels.
Say what's wrong or right.
The woman that had the business or whatever, the 6 at best or whatever you had said. And I'm just really curious as to, since that video has happened, have you reached out to her to maybe just say anything like, you know, I'm sorry that, you know, it came across the way that it did, or, you know, anything to her to just kind of say like, maybe my tone, or maybe what I said, or my frustration that you weren't respecting, you know, what I was trying to do that night with my show led me to act the way that I did. Because when I saw it, I was stunned.
You know what I find interesting? Is that you expect a man who was running a business, when a woman who was an avid viewer of the show called in on an inappropriate day, and I did my level best to talk to this woman, irrespective of my platform. And for 23 minutes, I tried to give her exactly what she wanted. So, and no, has she called me to say, you know what, sir, I'm sorry for calling in on the wrong day. I know I should have did that. I'm sorry for not paying attention, picking up my phone, doing that. I'm sorry for laughing and acting inappropriate. See, but that's the way the conversation's always been. It's always on the black man to bend over backwards and come back to queen black woman and beg for your forgiveness. It ain't gonna happen. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. That's why it's up.
That's right. Okay. And that's fine. Okay, so you didn't. So my thing is this,
I didn't, nor should I. I didn't, and I don't, and nor should I have been expected.
Okay, and that's fine. That's your it's your show, it's your decision. But this is the other thing. If you are because I'm on television as well, and if you have your own show and somebody is doing something that you find disrespectful to your show, just like you hung up on me, you could have hung up on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even have to continue having the
conversation. Please don't tell me what I should
her.
or should not do.
I didn't say
what
you,
I did.
I said you could
Look,
have.
Rochelle, I could have done a lot of things, but I did what I did.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm just saying.
Okay, but here's the thing. You're just saying, but here's the thing. I find it very rich. We are always telling men what we should do. They told Kevin Kelly what he should do in his restaurant too. He put $1 million plus into a business during the pandemic to employ black people. And because he said, get the fuck out, I don't need your money, they wanted to cancel a brother. 82% of men say there are no marriageable women on the market. When are you ladies going to start listening to men instead of telling us what we should do?
Exactly. I didn't say, okay.
Yes, you have.
I didn't say, I did not say I didn't say you had to do that. But what I'm saying is,
why would you think it's on why would you think it's on me to reach out to this woman and call her? She is not a poor wounded bird.
That's that, Kevin.
Hold on, no. But the thing is, hold on. But my question is, I didn't ask you a follow-up question. Why would I need to follow up with a middle-aged entrepreneur, 35-year-old business owner, mother of one, to coddle her feelings like she's a wounded little bird?
That's not what I said. I asked you I asked you if you did. I didn't say that you should have. I didn't say that you needed to. I just asked.
Do you see the bullshit? Like, this what people do, bro. This why I be so upset. This why I be so offended. Because this what people do. They act like we can't hear the insinuations in their words. She was absolutely telling him that he should have apologized. She was absolutely saying that. Because she said, when I saw it, I was just done. Right? She absolutely is saying that, but you want people to dumb themselves down and pretend like you aren't saying what you're saying. You are saying what you're saying, but he gonna get it out of her anyway. Go ahead, Kevin, do your thing.
Asked you a question. That's it. You didn't do it. Okay, moving on.
You just asked the question. Yeah,
I never said you needed to do anything. I just asked.
But you asked the question for a reason. Okay, and the thing is, if I were Gordon Ramsay, if I were Simon Cowell, I wouldn't be asked, well, did you really have to be the way you, when you told that person they are a ghastly singer, did you send them a message and say, I shouldn't have said it? How you
Simon
doing?
Cowell is a narcissist and an asshole too. So I mean, there's no difference between them two.
Oh, okay, two. Interesting, two.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny. I'm sorry to step in. I think it's really funny that a lot of people are so uptight or concerned about your tone when you spoke with her. When again, like you said, she called in. She was a listener, so she should be used to your tone and how you present whatever dialogue that you're having. And she asked you questions that you were specifically answering, and she was ignoring. And I think it's a little funny that so many people feel that you were out of line when you were very clear. To me, you were extremely patient. And I also think that the woman was not expecting you to be as thorough as you were, because she was not really prepared. And so I don't think she deserved an apology at all. It wasn't a situation that required it. She should have taken the information as you gave it to her, and hopefully she'll put it forth, and maybe she'll get that 6-figure guy that she thinks that she's,
Well, and see, of course, and I've been told that I've cursed the woman out. I said broad. I said damn, in the context of the goddamn nerve. I said broad, and then I said get the fuck off my phone. Over the course of a 23-minute conversation, that was on the way of hanging up.
Right.
But yet I've cursed this woman out. I've heard some of the most disingenuous responses from women. I've heard grown women that are about 10 years older than this woman call this woman a young, helpless woman and da-da-da-da. Here's the thing. If men are not going to speak to you like women.
Right.
And if you need us to speak to you like women, go get a woman.
Right.
Men are fed up with this narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And when we speak, you say we're hurt, you're bitter, you're this. What's going on with the last 30 years of media in the image of Black men? Men are speaking their truths. And men are speaking what they're saying, and you're not going to silence them, shame them. You're not going to maneuver them, because here's what ends up happening. Like it or not, of the Black men who marry and go to college and have a bachelor's or higher, 30% marry out.
Whoa. I don't think I ever checked that. Let me check that real quick. I just want to be sure. I don't think I ever checked that. See, because this happened before I started podcasting, I believe, if I remember correctly. Let me see. I just heard somebody say that of Black men who have a bachelor's degree or higher, 30% of them marry interracially. Can you confirm or deny that?
Checking that. Okay, so the 30% figure is real, but with some nuance. According to Pew Research, using 2015 census data for Black male newlyweds, about 30% with a bachelor's degree or higher had a spouse of a different race or ethnicity. Though I would not generalize that to all Black men. And it's specifically about newlyweds, not necessarily all married Black men overall.
Oh, so it was specific, so it was specific to that particular year?
Checking by year. Okay, yes. That 30% figure was from 2015. Not the
So it was just for 2015. Yes or no?
Yes, just for 2015.
Okay, so for 2015, Black men who had a bachelor's or better, meaning master's all the way up to PhD, 30% of Black men who had a bachelor's or better in 2015 who got married in 2015 married somebody who was not a Black woman. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. But overall, the number is what? Because the last time I checked, I thought it was 15%.
Checking. Yes. For all Black men, regardless of education, the figure was 24% in 2015.
24%? Okay, so what is it in 2026?
Taking the most recent data,
Uh-huh.
if you mean the overall, I wouldn't give you a 2026 number yet.
Okay, so you might not know it for 2026. Just give me the number.
Checking. 22% is the latest comparable figure I can find.
22%. So it went down.
in 2015 to 22% in 2024.
Okay, so from 2014 or 2015 rather, it was 24%. And then in 2024, it was down to 22%. So 22% of black men are married out. So again, he was talking specifically about that particular genre, but as you can see, that was based on a single year. So for whatever reason, 2015. It's hard for me to even remember what was going on in 2015. Oh, I got it. 2015. I was bouncing back and forth between Iowa and Chicago. Okay, yeah. So 2015. So yeah, that figure that he quoted, that 30%, was just for the year of 2015. All right, let's go.
Why? We want to say they hate themselves. They're self-haters. They can't deal with a strong black woman. But you never ask the men why. We never ask the men why they're doing what they do. We just chastise them for doing what they do. And my show has proved in for 6 months, night in, night out, what women want. And I don't judge what they want. I just ask, what's the likelihood of you getting it, and what does the kind of man that you want from a woman? And that's when it starts to fall apart. Why is it such a difficult ask to get the average sister to see where the men are coming from, especially the men that you say you want? I don't get it, but we're going to keep it going. Raise your hand. And I will say this too, to the men. Here's my challenge to the men, especially if you're one of the men that falls in this category. You guys need to stop being quiet. I know you have jobs. I know we have the cancel culture. But of the thousands of responses, women think that it's a minority of men because they're not hearing it. And unfortunately, we all have something to do in this regard. It's not just for content creators or these people. It's for average, everyday folks to start telling the truth. Here's over the holiday. When you go back home to your family, say what you really think and stop telling women what you believe they want to hear just to keep the peace. If you want a different outcome.
Bro, let me tell y'all something, bro.
We got a lot of people with their hands raised.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. Bro, listening to this video made me start addressing the shit that was really going on with me and my mama, nigga. That's how much this video hit me. I just couldn't hold it no more. And it was a fight that lasted some time. Oh, it lasted some time. But I couldn't withhold it no more. I started really speaking my piece, and it led to a bunch of blow-up ass arguments and fights and shit. Not physical fights, it's my mama, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it led to a bunch of blow-up ass arguments and shit, but she needed to hear it. She needed to understand. Just because I'm your son does not mean that you get to talk to me any kind of way you want to. Because we used to say that shit to me. I can talk to you ever I want to. You my son. I'm the same many years as old as you as I was when I had you. That don't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. I'm still a man. You know what I mean? Period, point blank. You want respect, you got to give it. And then from there, I started moving from my mama to my relationship with my baby mama and anybody else. If you ain't respecting me, don't expect none back. Shit gonna get ugly, right? So let's go.
So I'll go to Jared. You're next up. Jared. Hello. Okay, well
you gotta wait for him. You gotta wait for him to accept the invite to come up.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Agree with. I feel like that woman that came on, she sold herself short by. I think you asked her like to rate herself, and she said she was a 5, and I think she should have rated herself much higher if she.
Why? Why?
I don't think she believes she was a 5 either.
But why? But my question is, My question is, when did it become so most people are average or normal?
You know, I feel like, okay, so you told her she was average at best. So I was not offended by that. That is.
What does that mean? Let me explain what average at best means. When you are a 5 when you wake up, that means most of the times you are average. At best, you are a 6. So over your lifetime, you're average at best, and we're only getting older. Gravity is only taking more of effect. We know how this works.
Okay, so aside from that, I think what Rochelle is referring to is like, and what you said is you called her broad. You told her to get the F off of your phone. You know, I think you said men don't need to speak to women as women. Then what should they speak to them as? Like how?
No, speak to men. No, we don't need to speak to women like we're women.
Oh, like you're women. Okay, I understand. But the thing is, like, it was your delivery. If that's how you decide to deliver things, it's okay. Everybody has their way.
No, actually, really, let's be honest. Really, it isn't, Brittany. It's not okay. It's not okay, or else it wouldn't be such a backlash.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think part of the reason you do that is because it draws, you know, it draws attention too. No. See. We don't ask men questions. We tell them what we do. You tell me what I do. You have a chance to ask me any question you want, and you're telling me about it. Okay, so why do you do that then? Like, why did you speak to her that way?
Because it was deserved at that point. Did you watch the entire 23-minute video?
So hold up. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Oh, don't. Please don't. Was that Rochelle?
Watching her.
Yes, it was Rochelle, but
no, yeah, that's not gonna work, ma'am.
Okay,
you don't have to be here, man. You don't have to.
Oh no, I'm about to leave, but really quick. So your advice to men is to tell women.
Again,
Kevin, that was not nice.
Whoa, why was that not nice? She was being rude.
That's how you have to do it.
Nice?
That's how you have to do it.
Stop. That is what the Black community is used to. One-way aggression. You're used to women being able to be verbally aggressive and abusive to men, and we're just supposed to take it. I won't.
Was that woman? So the reason why
Ma'am, let me finish let me also say this. That woman is a professional. You know how to conduct yourself, but see, the thing is, Black men are men not. There is a low level contempt and lack of respect for the overall Black male image.
That part.
So when Black men finally respond, you question us as to why we responded. Well, I tell you what, if Isaac and I were dialoguing back and forth, we would have to understand that there's a line that we don't cross, because there's a low level threat of violence between men. Between a man and a woman, you guys have no consequences. You're completely protected, to where you can see a woman who's 5 foot something, 100 and something, calling a 6 foot, 300 pound, you punk motherfucker, piece of shit, nigga. And that has an effect. Men are not doing this anymore. You want to be respected? I have hundreds of hours of me speaking to women with respect, because it was given. I mirror back what I get. See, I don't understand. Well,
yo, I'm telling you, that shit should be curriculum. That shit should be curriculum. Then I'm talking about in grade school. That's what that should be. Curriculum. For people to be able to see, yo, this is how this is going to go from here on out. Like, we completely done with the bullshit where you just get to talk to us any kind of way you want to, treat us any kind of way you want to, don't gotta respect us, any of that. Like, nah, we done with that, bro. That's over with. What we doing now is we calling you out from here on out. everything gets called out. You don't get a pass because you have a vagina. Right? I've been watching this woman that I've been dealing with for 20 years, bro. More than 20 years. 22 years. And then when I see her behavior changing and I see she about to do some fuck shit and I say something and she treat me like I'm crazy and then end up doing the very fuck shit that I said she was about to do, then we don't talk for some time because her whole plan is wait till the person gets over it instead of taking accountability. Instead of just saying, you were right. I might have to lend some sort of credence to the fact that my personality makes people not want to admit that I'm right. I was told as much by this same young lady. Right? Like, what is your issue with just, cause you always think you're right. So cause you think I always think I'm right, when I am right, you won't allow for it. You'll just continue to argue instead of, right? Because think about this. Even though it may be frustrating me, you're just dumbing yourself down. I may be frustrated, but I'm not dumb. You're dumbing yourself down. But you know something is true and you're arguing against it out loud. I don't ever want to have to do that to myself. I don't want to have to dumb myself down, bro. That's why I don't want to play in certain arenas. I told you I'm trying to get the $4,000 a month. When I get the $4,000 a month, y'all gonna think I'm Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com. You just don't, you have no clue. I'm talking about net, not gross. I'm talking about net. We did the gross and that. Hey, that ain't, y'all know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say people that make $100,000 a year really only bringing home like 77, which is still decent, but bro, and that's just taxes. That ain't if they got insurance, car note, car insurance, mortgage, cell phone, internet, streaming apps, habits, cigarettes, weed, alcohol, pills, lean, prostitutes, gambling. What? I'm just saying, bro, it could get, that $100,000 could be gone like that, bro. Like that. So, believe me, if I'm netting 4, it's a problem, my niggas. We on our way to the congregation, baby. Don't move. I'm serious, bro. Y'all do this every week. And then it be people that be letting me know that you didn't have to. So don't bullshit me. You don't have to. Bring your ass. Stay right where you at. Don't fucking move. Don't move. Don't turn the channel. Don't switch to nothing. None of that. The show is going to open itself up for you. Believe me. Okay? Just stay right